Bob Marley by Corinda Favreau and
J.J. Jimbasi. Early life. Robert Nesta Marley, most known as Bob Marley, was born on February 6, 1945. His father, Norvell St. Clair Marley, was a naval captain for the Royal Marines. He goes on to marry Marley's mother, Cedella Malcolm. She was an 18-year-old Afro-American who worked at a plantation overseas. Once he turned 6, his parents split up and he moved to Kingston with his mother.
teenage years. Once his parents got a divorce and moved with his mother to Kingston, joining the wave of rural immigrants that flooded the capital during the 1950s and 1960s. Bob Marley went to high school in Maine. Bob Marley became a janitor because he wanted to make extra money. Growing up in struggles life. Bob Marley grew up having a biracial heritage. He grew up in a small Jamaican village called 9 Miles. His family was very poor and lived in an oppressed lifestyle. He was in poverty growing up and had it very hard. His mom was a Jamaican teenager and his dad was a middle-aged captain in the West Indian Regiment of the British Army.
Education. Marley attended Stephanie's primary school during his younger ages, then junior high school. Later in high school, at the age of 14, he dropped out of school to pursue singing. He later began singing cover versions of songs and eventually made makeshift instruments. He would sell and use the instruments in his songs. Afterwards, he attended the University of Maine at Farmington. He later studied another few years and got his major for community health. Once he graduated, he continues his career in comedy.
Friends and family. Bob Marley's parents was Sedelia Brooker, his mom, and his dad was Norval Marley. When Bob Marley grew up, he was very angry and upset with his father from the way he treated him and his mother. He had a big family which included 11 children and one wife, Rita Marley. Bob Marley had 4 kids with Rita, adopted 2 kids from Rita's relationships, and children from other women. Bob Marley married Rita when she was a primary school teacher. Bob Marley's closest friend was named Bunny Wailer. They were also half-brothers. They were and went to the same school growing up.
Influences. Marley is mostly known for his Jamaican-style reggae music, but has also introduced many people to Rastafarianism. This practice roots the ideas of personal and spiritual freedom, unity, and peace. He would convey this meaning through his powerful songs and inspire many others who would listen to his music.
The path to fame. Bob Marley had a very successful life and had interesting things that has happened to him to lead him now where his reputation has become. In the beginning, he moved into a village where he would meet his future bandmates. In 1963, the Wailers were formed and made. The group consisted of Marley, Junior Braithwaite, Beverly Kelso, Bunny Livington, Peter McLosh, and Terry Smith. Later, some of them left, but they found people to replace them. The Barrett Brothers. In 1972, the Wailers were officially signed off to the Island Records. That next year, they came out with a new album called Catch a Fire. This album was a very successful, positive reputation, and critics were saying it was the best reggae album of all time. Bob Marley became a household name.
Music career. His music career started to grow when he created a band called the Wailing Wailers, but for short, the Wailers. He formed this group with 2 of his friends, Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer. Him and his band later created their first 2 hits, Judge Not and One Cup Coffee. The types of music he created were reggae and different types of rock, but he is known as the ambassador of reggae music. What was he known for? Bob Marley's music was inspirational to many people around the globe. His music contained influential messages that conveyed peace and love. He always aspired to be an advocate for cultural understanding and political unity. His music was always fun to listen to and had a catchy and happy feeling to it. The reggae style music also represents the Jamaican culture. Since he was from Jamaica, he wanted to spread his culture through music.
Illness and death. Bob Marley was diagnosed with melanoma. He continued to go to his concerts and perform, but one day he collapsed and was taken to the hospital. They found he had cancer that had spread to his brain, lungs, and liver. His last concert was on September 23rd, 1980. After months passed and all the treatments for his cancer still failed, he sadly passed away on May 11th, 1981. He was 36 and his last words were, "Money doesn't buy you happiness," as he said to his son.
Thank you for listening to our PowerPoint presentation by Bob Marley. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.